Netflix just dropped a 4-part documentary about P. Diddy, and the craziest part isn't even the allegations. It's the fact that the entire thing is narrated and presented by 50 Cent. Yeah, Diddy's biggest rival. The man who has been trolling him online for years now has a global Netflix documentary where he tells the story of Diddy's rise, power, downfall, and everything in between. And somehow, the footage, the interviews, the hotel clips, the FBI timeline, all hit way harder when 50 is the one walking you through it. So today, we're breaking down the entire documentary, episode by episode, and the real reason 50 Cent made it in the first place. Because this isn't just a documentary. This feels like justice, or maybe even revenge. Episode 1 sets the stage, and surprisingly, 50 Cent opens with respect. He walks us through Diddy's early life in Harlem, his hustle at Howard University, and how he forced his way into the music industry. We see how Bad Boy Records became a superstar machine. Biggie, Faith Evans, Maze, everything Diddy touched turned into a cultural moment. But even while 50 praises the grind, the episode quietly introduces the darker side.
You know, looking at this, I think you should start a private investigation firm. I'll be your first client.
Former employees talking about control, pressure, and how nobody wanted to disappoint him. And when Biggie dies, 50 Cent hints at something the rest of the series keeps returning to. Diddy always found a way to turn tragedy into power. We need to address the obvious. Why is 50 Cent making this documentary? Because this isn't random. 50 and Diddy have been firing shots at each other for years. Interviews, sarcastic comments, Instagram trolling, memes.
Now, Fifth, when you continuously call Puff gay, does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said,
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner Thieves in theaters January 19th.
That's why he says things. He doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. You know what I'm saying? Like, he says something fabulous and he goes, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party.
And now, 50 Cent gets a global Netflix platform to narrate Diddy's downfall. The energy he brings is unmistakable. Sarcastic when needed, serious when it matters. And honestly, his involvement makes the entire documentary feel personal, almost like he's saying, I've been warning you about this man for years. Episode 2 dives into Diddy's superstar era, the fashion, MTV, movies, global fame, and 50 Cent narrates it with this tone of, yeah, he was winning, but look closer. We see early controversies, LOX, contract drama, money disputes, former artists saying they felt trapped. And then comes the turning point, the nightclub shooting. Shine goes to prison, Diddy walks free. Netflix shows it as a moment that shifted public perception forever. And 50 doesn't need to say it directly. His narration makes the message clear. Power protects you, until it doesn't. Episode 3 is where the documentary gets genuinely dark. The focus shifts to Diddy's relationships, especially Cassie. Her interviews, her lawyers, people close to her. We hear claims about manipulation, fear, and emotional control. Multiple women describe the same atmosphere. A world where Diddy's fame made it impossible to say no. And 50's narration changes tone here. No jokes, no sarcasm, just silence and seriousness. Episode 3 is basically the emotional heart of the documentary. The part that sets up the lawsuits that would later tear Diddy's life apart. Episode 4 is the collapse. This is where everything comes crashing down. Cassie files her lawsuit. More people come forward. The media explodes. Brands cut ties. And then, the moment nobody expected, hotel footage. And 50 Cent lets that clip breathe. No commentary needed. Then Netflix walks us through the FBI raids, the investigation, and finally, the conviction. In July 2025, Diddy is found guilty on 2 federal charges related to the transportation of individuals for prostitution. And in October, he receives his sentence, 50 months in federal prison. Episode 4 ends with the image of a man who once ruled the entire music industry, now powerless. But here's where things get interesting. Even with 4 episodes, Netflix leaves out a lot. They barely mention the financial controversies. They skip over years of behind-the-scenes protection, NDAs, and industry silence. They don't explain why the FBI was already watching him long before the lawsuits went public. And most importantly, the documentary avoids one question. How did Diddy stay untouchable for decades?